for joining us for our first ever FACE 2024 report. So back in 2013 that our board and staff decided to focus our efforts on 4 key areas in Orange County: education, income, health, and housing. Those are the areas where the gap between the haves and the have-nots has become exceedingly large, and we felt compelled to channel our energies there, our resources, and to reverse the trends with measurable 10-year goals for each area. FACE 2024 plan is a clear indication of our evolution as an organization. You'll see here, this is the path that we use to describe kind of the work that we went through with our board. It was a very involved process to make sure we laid out the work that we wanted to accomplish in Orange County collectively and with the rest of the community. And as a result, we transformed the way that we work. You'll see this is the new United Way. We moved from funding programs only to really where we focused on community assessment and program outcomes, to where now we are really actively mobilizing the community to change current conditions. Here to talk about education, please welcome Mr. Steve Sherman.
As you just heard, the community goal in education is to cut the high school dropout rate in half by 2024. And our strategies have identified through our planning processes are focused on the ways in which we can support the local school systems through key milestones proven to impact high school graduation. When FACE 2024 was developed, the dropout rate was 9.5%. Today, we are delighted to report the dropout rate, due to the efforts of many people, including United Way, is now 6.7%. Well, I'm happy to report that Orange County's high school dropout rate has decreased, and the needle is moving in the right direction. 3,000 students are still dropping out every year, and dropout rates remain higher than norm in Anaheim, Santa Ana, Garden Grove, and among Latinos. And the fact is, even one dropout is one too many.
There are these linear relationships. If you lack housing, you lack education, your health is going to be affected, your employment's going to be affected, and they're all tied together. And that's why I'm very thankful. I think it's quite genius, actually, for United Way to focus in on these big blocks of what constitutes societal living. Those 4 pillars are connected. I don't think you can do one without the other. I happen to believe that education is the most important, because even during the Depression, when we had great poverty, people still learned. The other thing that's important to know is that young people who graduate from high school and then maybe go on to college, they're going to have greater life satisfaction. Obviously, we know wealth, quality of life, civic involvement, all those things are related to education. So when young people drop out, in a sense, they can forfeit all of that. So we're talking about intervening in the lower grades. That's where the foundation of one's education is laid, as you know. And perhaps one of the things for me is the investment that people made in my life. You know, I can still remember my elementary school, Eastman Elementary School in East Los Angeles, California. Mrs. Crane taught me how to read. Not only me, but the other 30 kids in that classroom. Very strict, but very loving at the same time. So to get young people to learn to read early in their elementary education, we're hoping that by grade 3, they are readers. It is our goal that Orange County will lead the nation in college and career readiness and success. So we aren't just interested in leading California. We want to lead the nation. So we know the plan that we have to take, and we can't do it without United Way's help.
Please welcome Ian Lysagang to the stage.
The county's phase 2024 goal of income is to reduce the percentage of financially unstable families by 25%. The United Way's collaborative strategic planning process that Max alluded to earlier identified these following 3 key strategies to provide economic empowerment tools in support of this goal. The first, innovative job training, connected to industries with high-paying jobs. The second, improved personal financial capabilities by building skills for effective personal financial management. And third, free tax preparation services for Orange County working families to gain access to valuable tax credits like the earned income tax credits. But as you can see from this map, the areas in red, orange, are split into North and South County. In North County, Santa Ana, Anaheim, Westminster, Garden Grove, and Fullerton. And in South County, San Juan Capistrano and San Clemente. And it may not come as a surprise to many of you that in these same areas, that children struggle the most from high school dropout rates, childhood obesity, and housing instability.
The reality is there's a lot of hidden poverty, a lot of hidden vulnerability of our population, that the statistics are now coming out and giving us very troubling data. It's a big goal to be able to reduce financial instability under United Way's really groundbreaking program. That is a big, hairy, audacious goal. And there are a lot of things that we need to work on in order to get there. But I don't think it's not achievable. I think it's within our reach. We're tending to grow in Orange County are low-paying jobs. And those low-paying jobs do not provide for the financial stability we need in a high-cost county. That's where the Orange County Business Council really values its partnership with United Way in leading on, first, trying to grow high-paying jobs, and secondly, making sure that our workforce is well-skilled to fill those jobs. And it results then in financial stability. So it's not just throwing money at an issue. It's critically important that United Way's leadership and strategic guidance help really try to guarantee success. I love that. It is a real testament of pride and honor for OCBC to be working with them. They have a terrific board, very thoughtful leadership, and a brand that is without parallel. So working with United Way, it means we're getting the best and the brightest to tackle the issues that really impact Orange County's economic prosperity and high quality of life. Critical success partners.
Shifting gears, I think, to the health pillar, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Sue Parks.
Our phase 2024 goal is to increase the number of healthy youth by 1/3, as measured by childhood obesity rates. We are targeting preventing and reducing childhood obesity by expanding the healthy food provision infrastructure in Orange County, increasing health access and use of medical health, and improving broader access to programs that work in the community. We want to see childhood obesity and overweight rates decrease from what we started our focus. It started at 34.5% here in Orange County and get it down to 20% by 2024. So has the needle moved in Orange County? The answer is yes. When phase 2024 was developed, more than 1/3 of our children were overweight or obese. Today, just under 1/3 of our children are overweight or obese. But think about that number. We still have a very long way to go. But I am thrilled our county, through Phase 2024, is taking a comprehensive approach to preventing and managing childhood obesity so that the next generation of citizens can flourish.
It's been a real passion for myself and my team to kind of dig in at ground zero and make a difference in this horrible epidemic that's reversible, and that even in the last 3 years we have an 80% success rate. There is hope. It doesn't take much of a change, and we can see children living longer and not afflicted with these diseases that are around the corner for them, like non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, mortality. They're supposed to die at a younger age if they have obesity, increased depression and anxiety, and 4 times impaired school performance. People get very excited about treating obesity, but not a lot of people know how to do it. If you put kids on diets, they're going to get food insecure and they're going to have a bad relationship with food for the rest of their life. They're going to be on this yo-yo dieting thing. And so giving people really the nuts and bolts on having a healthy relationship with food and how to foster that in children, and how to, get kids to exercise without making it, 50 push-ups, that it can just be fun, go play. The goal is to get the whole family to being healthy. I think the added blessing of working with a large, wonderful organization like United Way is the fact that they have so many partners in the community, and that they're able to take a position on childhood obesity and fund programs like mine, but also link us to resources throughout the community to teach them about what's going on in childhood obesity. I hate to say it, but I'm a little compulsive about this. Until we get all these kids treated, I'm not laying down. So I tell the adult endocrinologist, I'm putting you out of business, because there's much work to be done. I want this epidemic behind us, and so I'm going to keep kicking until we get it all stamped out.
Please join me in welcoming Max Gardner back to the stage.
Our goal at United Way is to cut the homeless and housing insecure children in the community in half. So we're focused on rapid rehousing to get people, homeless families, steadily housed as quickly as we can in permanent housing, ensuring the establishment of an emergency year-round shelter and multi-service center, reducing student mobility.
I'm often asked what homelessness looks like in Orange County, and an immediate impression will come to mind. You think of the classic chronic homeless individual, the Vietnam vet that is in their mid-60s-ish and living on the streets. When you look at everybody who experiences homelessness in Orange County, it includes families, it includes youth, it includes young adults that are finding their way in their mid-20s. So we've got a very broad picture that people don't necessarily see when they're driving down the streets. What may surprise the average citizen in Orange County about homelessness is that it's closer than they think. You're 1 or 2 people away from people that are homeless. So if we don't look at that specific issue and begin to address family instability, that will have a ripple effect for generations to come. None of us want to imagine a child who's living on the streets, that's living in an area that they're at risk. And it's something that does not only breaks your heart, but it makes you think, what am I going to do? How am I going to make this different for that child? Because it should be unacceptable. Well, when I look back at 2015, one of the key successes is one of the first times we're seeing a variety of different groups come together to work as a solid team. There's infrastructure and there's systems that we've been addressing in the county. So when you look at coordinated entry, when you look at key emergency shelters, when you look at the establishment of rapid rehousing, all of those pieces are now in play. They have the opportunity as United Way to bring corporations and individuals that others cannot. And they're really a key player that has been, that has taken on this issue of housing and homelessness in a way that they've never done before. And it's really making a significant difference and an influence in the community.
But please help us keep the conversation going, keep the focus on these issues, and let us know how we can help you help make the community stronger over the next 9 years.
Hearing the results today is inspiring, and we look for data and trends to show us where we need to be focused, and I am really inspired. I know our employees are inspired, and there were specific calls to action that came out of this presentation today that we're going to take to heart, we're going to bring to our employees, and we're going to help United Way make a difference for our community.
I think one of the biggest takeaways from today was really how much more work there is to do and how much collaboration and coordination we need to continue to build throughout the county. Business leaders, philanthropy leaders, community leaders working together on some of these tough challenges for our county.
Well, if you didn't make this year's event, A, you should be there next year for sure, and B, the reason is because what you can look forward to is seeing where the progress is and then where the challenges are moving forward, and getting excited about how you can, and you and your companies and your organizations can be part of this effort where we're leading Orange County into the future.